Okay. Yes. Good morning to you all. There is some problem in the network connection, so please, please be ready to having correct notes because there are some interruption causing in between this. So you should take attention on this. Okay, if any interruption caused, you don't want to be panic. I will give the classes or the notes in the correct way. So we are getting into the section, yes, sorry, section of question and answers. So I think we have finished about 3 chapters in a row, and I think you already are be ready to be ready to answer the questions that I give. So today we will study about the question and answers that you have in your textbook, and I think it's very important to get question and answers, which is very important for your examination because you are in the 9th class and you should know about the question and answers that you have to study in your 9th class. So the first question we are going to study is who discovered cells and how. Okay, first question. Okay, we can answer it. Okay, who discovered the cells and how? Okay, so in your textbook, the page number 59 have 2 questions, and the first question is who discovered the cells and how? Who discovered the cells and how? So the answer for is that is in 1665. In 1665, okay, in 1665, what happened? Robert Hooke. Okay, Robert Hooke, who discovered cells. Okay, who discovered cells while examining thin slice of cork. Thin slice of cork. Okay, in 1665, Robert Hooke, who found the cells while examining a thin slice of cork through a self-designed microscope. Through a self-designed microscope. Self-designed microscope. Okay, what we say, he observed that the cork resembled the structure of honeycomb. Okay, honeycomb. Why it is called it as a honeycomb? Why it is compared with a honeycomb? Because it consists of numerous tiny compartments. It consists of numerous tiny compartments. Numerous tiny compartments. Okay, so the minuscule boxes are referred to as minuscule boxes are referred to as
Yes, students, sir will be coming up.
Okay, so these minuscule boxes are referred to as cells. Minuscule boxes which is referred to as cells. Okay, so this is the answer. Who discovered cells and how? So in 1665, Robert Hooke discovered cells while examining a thin slice of cork through a self-designed microscope, and he observed that the cork resembled the structure of a honeycomb consisting of numerous tiny compartments, and the minuscule boxes are referred to as cells. Okay, you're right. Okay. So the second question is, why is the cell called structural and functional unit of life? Why the cell is called as the structural and functional unit of life? Okay, so the specialty of cell is cell form what? Cell form the structure of entity. Okay, structure of entity. Okay, the cell form structure of entity. A group of cells form a tissue. Okay, from this, so from the cell it is forms structure of entity, and a group of cell make tissue. A group of cell make tissue. Okay, a group of cell make tissue. So further an organ and ultimately an organ system. From this tissue it will make an organ, and from this organ it will make an organ system. It will make an organ system. Okay, so they will perform fundamental functions. They will form a fundamental functions for this. So the fundamental functions of the cell are respiration, digestion, okay, respiration, digestion, excretion, etc. Both unicellular and multicellular entities. In both unicellular and multicellular entities, they perform all the activities independently. Okay, they perform all the activities they perform all the functions independently. Hence cells are referred to as structural and functional unit of life. Okay, that's why it is called as the structural and functional. These all have we studied in the last class also, but we are we are just revising all those to get the answers to you. Okay, to get the answers again and again. So what we have said, why is the cell called the structural and functional unit of life? Cells form the structure of an entity, a group of cells form a tissue, so further an organ and ultimately an organ system. So they perform fundamental functions in the life process such as respiration, digestion, excretion in both unicellular and multicellular entities. So they perform all the activities independently, hence cells are referred to as structural and fundamental units of life. Okay, so you write it that first you write the question and write that in your notebook. Okay. Okay. So next question. Next question is from the page number 61. Okay. Page number 61. You take the textbook. You take your textbook. Take the page number 61. So the question is that how do substances like CO2 and water move in and out of the cell? Okay. CO2 and water discuss. Okay, how do substances like CO2 and water move in and out of the cell? Okay. So the answer is the CO2 is moves by diffusion. CO2 moves by diffusion. So the cellular waste, what the cellular waste that we have in a plant, cellular waste, what will happen? Cellular waste will accumulates in high concentration. Okay, it will accumulates in high concentration. Okay, whereas the concentration of CO2, okay, whereas the concentration of the CO2 in the external surroundings, will be lower than the cellular waste. Okay, so the external surroundings have comparatively low concentration of CO2. So the difference in the concentration level inside and outside of the cell causes CO2 to diffuse. Okay, CO2 to diffuse from a region of higher concentration to lower concentration. Higher concentration to lower concentration. Okay, difference in the concentration inside outside causes the CO2 different from a region of higher to lower concentration. So and the H2O which will diffuses by osmosis. Okay, it will go through osmosis through the cell membrane. Okay, through the cell membrane. Okay, it will go through the cell membrane. Okay, from a region of higher concentration, lower concentration region through a selectively permeable membrane. Okay, that is a specialty. It will go from higher concentration to lower concentration through a selectively semi-permeable membrane. Okay, semi-permeable membrane until equilibrium is reached. So what we have said, CO2 moves by diffusion. So the cellular waste accumulates in high concentration in the cell, whereas the concentration of CO2 in the external surroundings is comparatively low. Okay, so then the CO2 will diffuse from a region of higher concentration to the lower concentration. In case of H2O, water diffuses by osmosis through the cell membrane, moves from a region of higher concentration to a lower concentrated region through a selectively permeable membrane until equilibrium is reached. Okay. Sorry, right. Okay, so whilst we are completing this class today, then we will get to the next questions of this chapter on the next day. So thank you for listening. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.